I pray for them old lady can make more money than me. My oldest daughter, she got her doctorate in lunch school. What do you think I should do? I said, you should find you some old ignorant truck driver. Where? I don't know. You have to look. Truck drivers are smart, but you find an ignorant that cannot read or write. Teach that nigga how to screw you. And keep him in the house. Don't let him go out. Don't let him have no money at all. Don't let him have no job. You come home and you see a Tootsie Roll. Ask that nigga where it comes. Where'd you get this? Where did this come from? Your mother. Call his mother. Did you bring Tootsie Roll? Do not bring nothing over here to Melvin that you don't clear with me. This is my house. Black men been doing that to black women for years. Huh? And you got one of them big job, executive jobs that's forward. Now you don't be ashamed when you got to take. You got to take that nigga to the Christmas party now. I don't care what he look like, how that nigga talk. You got to take this nigga to the Christmas party. That's the wheel you have to take, y'all. And just do him like we used to do y'all. Take that nigga there, introduce him to a few people, sit him in the corner, bring him his little drink, and go check, make sure his hors d'oeuvres is coming, and go back over there around your friend. Don't let that nigga over there around your friend. Every time you get a headache, come out, I want to go home, you know, get a cab. That's what we used to do, y'all. Get a cab. Well, I knew you wasn't going to like it when I brought you. Put him in a cab. And if you catch that nigga trying to learn how to read, leave him. Because it ain't hard to learn how to read. Some of the dumbest, ignorant folks, you don't know how to read. I said, if you walk in, he got the paper upside down. You know how when you date a man when he can't read it right, can you tell? You know how? Take him to the restaurant and they keep ordering the special. And then when it comes, he don't like it. I don't order it.
Is that right?
Because if you catch him trying to learn how to read and don't leave, he'll learn. Don't put him to learn how to read. Reading and writing is illegitimate anyway. The word I got at a conference, I was in Budapest about the year 2017. There won't be no such reading and writing be obsolete. You know that, huh? It'll be sound and vision. And about 20 years after that, be no more schools. No, be no more schools. At home, video. Huh? I sent my baby son to a high school, paid $22,000 a year. How many of y'all can afford that? Eventually you will, because that same instructor that gets $300,000 to teach at Phillips Academy, he'll be doing the video and for a quarter, pay-per-view, huh? Teachers gonna come into their own, huh? Because if you got 10 million people looking at you at a quarter piece, that's a hell of a payday for a day, ain't it? Huh? Y'all get a little respect then, right? Everything trying to get me a school teacher. Well, you're gonna try to get me a school teacher. Huh? And if y'all see what that video is now, you can stop it and start it. You can take a test, and if you miss anything, it'll give you another test where it downgraded. If you pass everything, it'll give you another where it upgraded. Huh? The most sophisticated stuff on the planet now, they're learning from video. All your policies, find these slick planes, all your straight people. Video. Huh? This whole thing changed. Whole thing. And the next thing I told you, he'd be learning how to read, and he'd be slipping out to night school on you. While you on a company trip, come back that day, the guy passes GED. You don't know nothing about it. Just notice niggas acting different, asking you questions now. What hotel are you in? You used to could tell him, give him some old strange name, the Budapest Hilton. This nigga be writing it now. And it's your fault because you didn't leave. And the next thing you know, he being slipped over there to junior college. And then the next thing you know, he got his 4-year degree, and now he's getting headaches because you making more money than him. Stop it at the beginning. The things didn't change. Old black folks, old women, old days, they throw some grits on you. But it don't work now, baby, because instant grits don't get hot. Instant grits is General Mills. The heat's back there. That little tree, just put some hot water on it. No. Serious grits. And you know how trifling a dude had to be? He walk in the house and there's a pot on the stove for 3 days. This nigga don't ask what's in it or what's it for. She just boiling that water. For 2 days you boil it, then you put the lye in it. Some of y'all know the formula, don't you? Put the lye in it, and you take a stick and stir it, and you tell it to work, and that stick keeps just disappearing. And then while he be asleep, you just lay there and just call him all the little sweet names, Mel. Because, you know, men, see the problem with men and women, we like to get back up into that darkness. That's why people like do. I spelled that water. See, that's a sack of water there. The whole time I was in there trying to get it, I had no problems, no nothing, no fears, no nothing, right? And that's what people be trying to get back to that. That's why they want to be petted and hair scratched and all that. You know, just whatever it is, your best shot. Don't know where some nigga looking evil. You be sleeping with this gun. Just smile, baby, I love you. I'm sorry I asked you about Mildred 15 years ago. I didn't believe that. Mary told me about that. You know, that hoe ain't no good. Just relax this nigga. Get him to go slow. And when he's relaxed, then they put them grits in there. But you don't stop there. You got to put that bacon grease in it so it'll stick. Once a nigga recovered, you ever make a bad shot at that, you was in trouble. Ain't no second chance. I mean, shooting me, they might just be outraged. But grits, oh, plus you messed up this pretty face, but every nigga think you're pretty. You got to get a direct hit. So when he be gone out with that other woman you met back, be practicing. Be practicing. Not in the bed. They'd be suspicious when you get in bed wet. Practice. Go out in the backyard and practice. And don't cuss. Don't say nothing. You get up on him. And then just walk away. Don't say nothing because he's in agony. It's serious. There is no pain like grit pain. Very seldom you can talk to them because most of the time they don't recover. And anytime they walk in any place where there's a tea kettle on, they get back into it. Mildred must be around. And you white folks better pay attention because I'm sure the way integration, there's some black sister somewhere, I don't know where, that taught some white woman. Some white woman know the grit farming. I don't know what a white woman knows. I don't know what they look like. But I know I'd be stupid not to believe that some sister have not pulled a white girl over and said, let me tell you, I wouldn't take that stuff off, Ralph. Let me tell you what, let me show you this formula my mother shared. Where's your husband? Oh, he's in Texas at the National Burn Ward. So he's been for 35 years. And when you hit them with grits, if they don't die, you never hurt somebody so bad they make like you didn't do nothing to them. They don't even want to think about you not being their friend. You know, that's when you give somebody a good whooping. You see them the next day, they act like it didn't even. Hi there, how you feel? With a good whooping, you program the brain. That's why I never liked to fight, because people didn't know how to fight. If me and him got in a fight, after he gets unconscious, the fight starts. That's when you program the subconscious. Nigga, never. He just play with his head, and he just goes into the subconscious mind. And when he comes to, he wants to be your friend. Program the subconscious. He act like he don't remember what happened later. He know. A good whooping is a mess. But a half whooping, they'll come back and get you. Anytime somebody says, I'm going to get you, you have not whooped them bad enough. Now I'm nonviolent. But before I got nonviolent, I knew how to whoop. You just, and if you can't get them unconscious, and you just want to be their friend. You never fight nobody who you can't knock out. And then you whisper in their ear, you ever do that again. When you come to the mall, if you ever steal money out your mother's purse, you pay me, nigga. And it's in the subconscious. When they come back,
okay.
Mother say, boy, what you get my purse? So there is some white woman that know the grit formula. So I tell all the white folks who work for me and my white friends, I do not know if your old lady know the formula or not. But in case you do, here's the way you deal with it, because there's a way you deal with the grit. And I tell to my white friends, if your old lady ever throw hot grits on you, do not go to the Mount Sinai's in the Cedars of Lebanon or the Ford Clinic. They do not know how to deal with hot grits. They can give you a triple bypass, hysterectomy, reroute your booty hole, switch your kneecaps. But they do not know how to deal with. See, they don't know in the White Hospital when you wipe grits off, the face come off with it.
Okay.
I tell my white friends, if your old lady, and I be honest, I know it's one. Now, there's a whole lot of white folks on the planet, but I don't know which one. If I did, I'd tell them it ain't your old lady. I don't know which one of them know. So if your old lady ever throws some hot grits on, I tell my white friends, whatever you do, get in a car, I don't care how far you got to go, and drive till you find you a black ghetto hospital. And just go on in that emergency room. You ain't gonna interrupt no triple bypasses. They ain't got all them old newfangled machines. But they know how to deal with hot grits. You just blow on them. And pray. Now white boys who think they smart, they'll pick up on anything. And I tell my friends, you cannot blow because you don't have glowing lips. Them little bit of lips y'all got, it makes things hotter. You know, you gotta make it. Not. That's why y'all damn near burned the forest, all them forest fires this year. White boy there smoking a little barbecue and he trying to blow it out. And damn near burned out 5 states out there. That little lip, I'm telling you, when y'all blow, you make things warmer. You don't have coolers. You have to have these juicy fruit lips. And everything, just the heat just goes down. I'm telling you, white folks, there's certain things y'all got. Bank on it, but lips, do not try it. So if y'all look at Queen Elizabeth, she's a real white woman. Queen Elizabeth made $300 million every 24 hours just interest on her money. Now, them these white folks. I told you white ain't a color, it's an attitude. If you ain't got big billions of bucks, you can't be white. What no niggas in Bosnia? It was all white folks. And Bosnia is an evil place. You realize World War I? How many of y'all know World War I and World War II started with Bosnia? Let me see here. Yeah, World War I, what? Out of Bosnia. Transylvania is where? In Bosnia, that's where Dracula real. Yeah. I didn't know how dumb white women was till I saw Frankenstein. You know how dumb you got to be let Frankenstein catch you. The dumbest sister in the ghetto is too swift for Frank. Frankie move a foot a week. And plus he make all that noise. I decided one day, I know you sisters gonna be mad. I'm gonna open up a college that can't nobody go to it but white women. And I'm gonna teach them you can scream and run. I was so tired of that little boy going to movie and Dracula. I said, run, ho, run. I said, can they be that stupid not to know you cannot run and holler? Maybe I threw my bag of popcorn at one of them once. I wasn't trying to hit Dracula. Can you be this stupid? Run. Makes me feel. And you gotta be careful about the movies because they be running stuff. The Lone Ranger. And the Indian was his friend. He called the Indian what? And the Indian called him what? And in Spanish, Kemosabe means the learned one, and in Spanish, Tonto means the stupid one. But y'all just keep, because you got a white racist mentality. Huh? See, white racist people, white racist systems, two different things. A black person can't be a racist. I can dislike you because you're Irish Catholic. I can dislike you because you're Hungarian. I can dislike you because you're Jewish. That's prejudice. Racism means the ability to control somebody else's faith and destiny. Because I don't like you because you're a Jew, I don't have the power to see to your children go to bad school so you can't get a mortgage. So y'all just let these folks say reverse race. What are you talking about? What? The Million Man March, the first one. I didn't know what that thing was the other day. I was there with Moonies, the Moon, Rep Moon, was his CIA self. Cole Reed gonna marry me. I've been married to this black woman for 41 years, and I need him to marry me. I noticed Farrakhan didn't get married again. Did you see what I'm saying? He wasn't next to his old lady. But that first Million Man March, was 1.9 million brothers showed up. That's from the naval reconnaissance satellite. Who know how many of y'all is in this room? How many male, how many female? How many whites, how many Jews, how many Italians? Because you have a fingerprint. And you can pick it up on satellite. That's where they spend all your tax money. Yeah. Okay. And every one of them automobiles y'all got, when y'all go outside, there's a black box under the driver's seat. So anything you say, every breath you take is recorded. You remember when you used to reach under the car and you drop something out, you reach under, you run across all kind of stuff under there. You want to snatch your hand out real quick. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Everything you say in your car goes to the satellite. It's a game, baby. All telephones is bugged. My son taking me to the airport, some Japanese woman got lost. And she asked him because she used a cell phone. She's speaking Japanese. My son said, boy, the guy who's bugging his phone, he in for a hell of a thing. He said, now them niggas is speaking a different tongue. And they got my phone so bugged. If y'all want to get a message to the White House, quick, call my house. And it's something about a spy. I mean, you realize to want to be a spy, all spies have to have college degrees. Can you imagine going to college to want to be a spy? That's like wanting to be Mickey Mouse when you grow up. and all spies have that spy mentality. Like tonight, I'll leave and I'll call my wife and read the alphabets off to her backwards. They'll be up for the next 3 days trying to crack that code. What's he up to now? They say, I'm up in bed, sleep. I ain't thinking. Are you serious? It's okay. You know what I mean? Stupid, whole craziness somewhere. You ever think Bill Gates got some money? You that stupid. Ain't no serious white boy with big bucks going to be in federal court for 18 months having a judge talk dirty to him. If a judge talk dirty to Queen Elizabeth or one of the Rockefeller boys, that judge will fall dead at the World Series with 2 billion people looking at him, so nobody would question, did that white boy choke on that hot dog? Trying to get me a bank loan, man. I saw some folks the other day about $200 million loan. They got this Nabisco plant in St. Louis to make these white soda crackers. They closed it down. I'm trying to buy it. And I talk about health. The white soda cracker is one of the dirtiest things you can eat. But I just want to be the first nigga on the planet that can say I make crackers. Go all over the world. Your occupation. What's your occupation? I make crackers. Yes, I make crackers.
Bite size.
Bite size. It's a preacher said. There'd be some white folks in heaven too. There'd be some niggas ain't going nowhere. Just tolerate. You know it's a violation of God to let a white racist system reduce you down below your God dignity just so you can pay your rent and feed your family. There's a God keep yelling out, say death is better. Y'all hit a child. My mother hit me one time so hard I had to grab her. Said, if you ever do that again, be ready for a fight. I'm your mother. You don't act like it. She gonna quote something out the Bible. Spare the rod and spare, oh, stupid woman, that's about her. That's the story of a shepherd boy. That rod is what they call the little thing that the shepherd boy carried to direct the sheep. When the sheep got too close to the ledge, they held it out. They didn't hit no sheep with that. Y'all so ignorant and crazy. How are you gonna educate me and alienate me at the same time? And y'all can play all y'all little stupid games, you white folk and black folk, but 98% of everybody in old folks' home, your children put you there.
That's true.
Under the false pretense, well, she's better off. They got some old folks home. Most of them don't treat you right. Got them tied up to the chair all day. Huh? Y'all got people in old folks home, you better ask them some questions. And most of them scared to tell you the answer. Huh? If you got men that will go in an undertaker and rape a dead woman, what do you think they're doing to women in mental hospitals and in jails and in old folks home? You crazy? Huh? If y'all put them there, you better ask them some serious questions. That's how when my wife, she might upset her. I said, well, I put you in old folks home one day. I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. But I told my old lady, I never hit a child with mine. I told her, don't even raise your voice at these niggas. These niggas will roll you right past me one day. Because they ain't rolling me nowhere. This is my house. They take you out and put you somewhere, and that's their house. Marry some old, like you got a son, you marry some old woman don't like you. And the minute they get rid of you, say, we need that house. We need more room for the baby. They're going to take your room as the romper's room for the child to play toys in. Mother jumped on me one day because I wouldn't pray over some stuff she stole from white folks. She stealing it. She worked for rich white, Jack Art and King Jewelry. She taking mashed potatoes home, snipping them in her. Them white folks don't eat no day old food. And then we get it home. How come you're not praying? I don't pray over stolen food. No son of mine to sit at this table and eat without praying over. I didn't say it in front of my other brothers and sisters because they were so stupid they'd have jumped on me with her. So I just left, and when she came out, what's wrong with you, boy? I said, you come down the basement and pray over what I stole. I'd come up here and pray over what you stole. I'm a better thief than you, Mama. I just can't justify mine through prayer. I got some serious tomatoes down in the basement. I get me some salt and go down there with a candle and eat them by myself, but I stole them. Steal anything I want. I'd go to a 10-cent store. That's when the 10-cent store was big. Back then, I'd go to the 10-cent store and wipe them out. And you didn't have to steal to eat. You just go in the store and your mother be over here faking like she's shopping. You just be making, you ain't had a sandwich till you make it in the store. You make it in the store now. Pickles. You understand what I'm saying? The only thing that I was back there now, I wouldn't drink Kool-Aid. Because I'm with a guy, and we trying to buy this new stuff to clean carpets. And he said, I mean, they get anything out and you can spray it in your mouth. Me to show how environmental clean it is. But he said, the only thing he cannot get out of a carpet. Kool-Aid and mustard. That's a dye that they can't get out. Huh? Huh? They don't care. You think the people that make Kool-Aid drink that stuff? And I don't know how they made money on it. When I was a little boy, they sold you powder. You had to put your own sugar and water. They became a $1 billion company selling dust. And they was doing something. Them white folks had strawberry, taste more like strawberry than strawberry.
Yes.
Huh?
That's true.
If you had one of them old watermelon elf suckers they got now, tastes more like watermelon. I ain't had a sweet watermelon in 4 years. Because I used to didn't like watermelon because white folks made fun of me eating watermelon. You ever see them pictures? Niggas with their eyes blocked. And when I stopped being stupid and ignorant, I figured out what it was. I checked with my real white partner, said, know everything. He said, how you figure that out? Y'all know what I'm talking about? The pictures? Niggas' eyes is blocked. And the men have big red lips. Huh? And they happy. Huh? And the little boys, huh? You ever seen a woman in one of them pictures? Huh? Think about that. Huh? Think about that. You ever see King Kong?
Yeah.
That's about a nigga raping a white woman.
Yeah, the show.
You got to know the code. Huh? Big, burly. Ain't no white woman gonna fall in love with no gorilla. But I was hip when I was a little boy. First time I seen it, he was on the Empire State. I say, smash that hoe and drop her. Because I knew if he didn't, they was gonna get him. They came up and got that boy. How'd they get him? How you remember who? How'd they get him? So what was they in?
Airplane.
No helicopter. When did you see? When did you see King Kong?
Last year.
He was in an airplane, right? Now follow this close now. He was in an airplane. Mm-hmm. And they came up in that plane. He jumped in by safety, and they shot him, right? Killed him. But the white lady didn't die. He got her name. How you do that?
Right.
How you do that? So at least when he felt them bullets in, he felt smashed to them. But he in love. I'm in love with her. And then many years later, when y'all forgot, they had Mr. T in the 18, right? Harry Belafonte, Michael Jackson, Mr. T. Which one would look more like a gorilla out of the three I had? Mr. T, right? And he's in the A team, right? And what was he scared of? What was he scared of?
Flying.
Okay, and flying represent tech what?
Gorilla.
Flying represent technology.
Oh.
So that's what that's about. All niggas is scared of technology. Y'all better start understanding the code before you expose yourself and your family to this trash they're running down on you. Those are the games they play. Because the white folks, y'all around a bunch of dumb, ignorant white folks that got mad enough to dislike you. The real white folks don't dislike you. They take you out when they get ready. Huh? Anytime they get ready, they take you out. Because anytime I can make you mad and evil, I mess up a set of muscles in your body that press against the nerves that drops acid that's poison. And anytime you can have God's joy, you affect the set of muscles. It takes 300 more muscles to frown than to smile. Because the smiling muscle, just sometimes sit at home and laugh. And sometimes tighten up your jaw, laugh. And that comes up and it pinches a nerve that drops an oil into the body that heals. That's what they mean, laughter is good medicine. So I can destroy you just by making you mad, walking around evil, talking about white folks all that. Y'all be holding that stuff in you. I tell black folks, if you're going to hold this stuff in you, what you need to do is hire some white folks that you know, pay them to march on them. Just put them on the balcony. Are you honky, you redneck, or cracker? And all that stuff will just start leaving you. And then check yourself at the end of the year. If you don't have sugar diabetes and all that stuff, then you should give them a bonus. Because that's how most of the folks in the movement, they don't let it destroy them. Whom the gods want to destroy, they first what? Make what? Man. Sure. So they got these little old redneck cracker white folks. Y'all silly? I got 10 children. You don't have to be too smart. If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, those 10 of my children. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lived on this side of the house with me and my wife, where we had air conditioning in the summertime and heat in the winter. Those 5 lived on this side of the house where there was no air conditioning in the summertime and no heat in the winter. You don't have to be too smart to realize that I'm crazy. And I don't like it. Right? Well, look at America. There is no Harvard or Yale in the South. There is no Mayo Clinic in the South. There is no stock market in the South. So what I just told you, he treated them white folks the same way. He didn't give them nothing. And they too dumb and stupid to realize something going on. This country's not run from the South. Run from this northeast corner. Y'all don't run it here. Run from the northeast corner. 63% of all mortgage money in America come out of Boston banks. 96% of Texas mortgage money. You saw what the New York Times did today, didn't you? Back Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
The Boston Globe, the Washington Post today, back who? Gore. I see, this is one thing y'all got to know. I mean, if I know, how many of y'all in this room know that this chump running for president, this Republican, Bush, lived in a crack house with a sister in Houston for 2.5 years? How many of y'all know that? You know it, right? You know. Now, you stupid enough to believe you know that the New York Times don't know it. Got a baby by a sister and had an abortion by one. That's why the right wing hate it. That's what Buchanan keeps talking about, but he's scared to say it. And what I love about black folks know everything. How long you been knowing that, sister? 2 years. How long you been knowing that? And they was mad at the daddy because the daddy messed up. See that white woman that Clarence Thomas married to, that's Barbara Bush's niece. And Bush was so hip, he was going to trick everybody because that's supposed to be a black seat. So he's going to give y'all that nigga, and he's the one who dropped that dirt on Clarence Thomas. It was real. How many of y'all know Clarence Thomas when he was young? He was a lieutenant in the Black Panther Party. How many of y'all know that? You know that, huh? How long you been on that? 4 years. You got a bunch of them old trick Republican niggas that be tricking these old ignorant white folks. And they like them. But the real Republicans, when I was a little boy, the black folks that was in business, the doctors, they were Republicans. They talked about uplifting the group, talking about education, go to school, study. Remember? Jackie Robinson was a Republican. Jesse Owens was a Republican. Martin Luther King's mom and daddy was a Republican. The Republicans in the black community, they still are. But where's that everybody looking at these old trick niggas? Pat Buchanan got an ignorant, wild, crazy sister running with him. That's a Bircher? That cracker look like an NAACP liberal? Huh? And you say, where did he find that hoe? And then white folk play games with him. He can say whatever he want to say about Jews. And whatever he want to say about niggas. And when he get through, they bring him back to CNN and give him his job back.
That's right.
Something wrong. But that game is crazy. And Bush got caught in the trick. So they said, out of here. Y'all got to look at signals. You remember when Bush was in Tokyo at the banquet table and threw up? How many of y'all in the room have never threw up? Never. You never thrown up in your life? Never. You never made that noise. You blessed. You been around people that throw up? They almost make it to where they going. Nobody ever throw up at the table. Nobody ever throw up at the table. Nigga come out here and throw up at the table. He meant to do that. Or she meant to do that. You should just go cook you some grits because they meant to do that. You almost, you understand, you want to throw up in the car. You almost get out that door. Huh? You all just a little get on your outfit, you know? How he throw up at the banquet table? The boy sent him a message. And he in Japan, he can't speak Japanese, his old lady can't do that. They carried him to the hospital, the president of the free world, and made his wife stay back there and give his speech and wrote some little jokes for her to say. She don't know if that thug is dead or alive. The real white boy, I know some of them. I carried my son, my younger baby boy, used to be the financial analyst for the city of New York, and he caught the mayor doing something with a brother, whispering in his ear. My son was upset. We need the money. So that happens all the time. Just be cool. Just leave there. My baby son could not tell them how to spend that $34 billion, but he couldn't touch it till Johan said analyze it. He had no power, but people thought he did. Had none. Got mad because they wouldn't give him a raise. He analyzed $34 billion. New York has the third largest budget. California State has the #1 budget other than the federal government. New York State and New York City. And he was the analyst. He did it so good, they carried him up to Albany to beg for the money. And if any of y'all saw that first Riddick Bowe Goliath fight, when it broke up into a riot in Madison Square Garden, you remember that? About 20 minutes into that fight, the dude with the dreadlocks, that was my son. He's the one that analyzed the police's budget, but when they see you, they see niggas. So y'all can play your games with your money and your little doctor's degree. It don't work in a white racist system. Even that black copsy nigga. And the Black Panthers wasn't nothing but a government trick. Huh? Huey Newton was a government drug agent pimp. Huh? Soul on Ice, Elvis Cleveland, how many of y'all read it? Go back and read it. You couldn't read it. You know why? Because a white woman wrote the book, Beverly Axelrod. And you go to federal court where she sued him because she's supposed to get 42% of the money. How did the world find out about the Panthers? They took them rifles and did what? Huh? Went into the California State Legislature. Have y'all forgot? Remember? The Ku Klux Klan. The FBI can't take guns and go into a state legislature without dying. That's how they introduced them to us. Huh? Those are the games they play. Huh? And then what did they do when they got through with him? Kill him. He died from a drug overdose in Elvis Cleveland. They thought they killed him when they said he was peeping in that woman's window and they found him unconscious. But the nigga didn't die. I hope none of them niggas died. And then we got certain select things we don't like to talk about. Like if we found out beyond the shadow of a doubt under the Freedom of Information Act that Clarence Thomas was an FBI spy, that's all we'd be talking about. But under the Freedom of Information Act, they said Thurgood Marshall, and with documents to prove that he was a spy for the FBI. How many of y'all know that? Huh? Don't nobody want to talk about it. We don't know how many black folk died because of him. Huh? And then even niggas covered up for him. Even the FBI tried to cover. Said, well, he did that to convince Hoover that black folks wasn't communists. Huh? And y'all just go think y'all so spiritual, so godly, you walk around so much bitterness and negativity, and the white boy just run that stupid trick by you. And what you see him doing today went in the hopper 20 years ago. And black folks, yo, you hip ones. I don't even want to be around hip black folks. Y'all too hip there. Niggas, Matrix. That's all. How many of y'all saw the movie Matrix? You should have walked out on that jive, racist. Did y'all see it? I've never seen Hollywood do what they do. They said the black sister, was the #1 finest mind, in the history of civilization, right? And say the black man had a mind that nobody had, right? You know what they said? But the white boy was the savior. Give me, and y'all loved it, and didn't even know mostly what it was about. That movie, Matrix, you need to go see it again or rent it. It's about how British intelligence invented a cell phone to mess up your mind, to tear up your immune system, and slow down your heart. That's why in that movie they kept saying, you want to get the real message out? Go to a land-based telephone. Y'all keep on looking at stuff that this evil white boy, not this little chump that you know. That old no good automobile they sell you, they sell it to white folks. Queen Elizabeth don't have one. And I carried my son to meet some pretty hip white boys. They sitting around drinking cognac at $40,000 a shot. I said, we don't drink cheap cognac, boy. So we go up to the 16th floor where it starts at $100,000 a shot. I said, Ralph, tell this little punk son of mine, what's a bad day for you money-wise? I don't make me $50 million a day. It didn't do me no good to wake up. How much it costs for the upkeep of your home? $1 million a day. Y'all ever see those old movies with those castles? And as far as the human eye can see, 500-600 miles is nothing but their land. Ain't the grass manicured? You can fly. How much you think it costs to take care of that? I said, Ralph, will you tell this little punk here where you fit in the scheme of things? He said, I don't. He don't. I had to call him and tell him to get rid of his stock and value jet because they were going to take it down. He said, why? I said, there'd be no cheap flights coming to Atlanta during the Olympics. So he called back and said, what about Kiwi? I said, watch him 10 days before they grounded it. Y'all really know this cesspool of filth y'all live with? Why y'all think y'all in tune to some kind of spirit and in tune to some kind of God? God is real. God is real. And God hears prayers when you got enough sense not to pray. Just be quiet. Quiet your spirit. It's just don't think about it. How can I think about pain and be thinking because I admit I got it? Just give me this state. I ain't lying. I prayed to win the lottery. I mean, what was it? Powerball. It was almost 400 million. But I said an honest prayer. I acknowledged my mother said you ain't supposed to pray over gambling. But I said she didn't know. She got about niggas in the alley gambling, cussing, and talking about trying to make this 8 to get the baby. So she, you don't know. I said, God, my mother did not know there would be a $400 million lottery when she told me that white folks pulled the numbers on television. That's what I want to win. And I was honest. I said, now God, I do not want to win this money with 12 other people. I think I could do that on my own. I want to win it all by myself. And just when I said that, I could hear him on the TV. And the odds of winning Powerball tonight is 57 million to 1. I said, God, the odds is higher than that if you don't have a ticket. And I said, God, I know there's some people praying, plus the Catholics, they know how to pray. I know there's a whole lot of people praying. And I know there's a whole lot of people saying, if I win, I'm going to do this. I'm not making no deals with you, God. No, I'm just saying, let me win it and watch me. God, I was mad. I was mad 39 years then. I said, God, I've been married to the same black woman for 39 years. I swear I don't believe I'd ever leave her if I won this money. But I never had this kind of money before. Hey, you'd be surprised how good people look to you when you ain't got no big bucks. I don't know. I don't think she'll change, but I'm trying to leave some leeway because I don't want to be cutting no slack with God. You know what I mean? You know, hey, baby, I'm out of here. You don't know what you say. Some of y'all drive cars now. If you want to lie, you get rid of that car in the morning. And I love to hear these niggas in my face. If I win, I would not stop where I put God. Please don't let them win. That's the stupidest thing. You're going to win $400 million. I'm talking about keeping your job. Listen, I quit once I bought the ticket. I wouldn't have to wait to win. I ain't coming this nasty job. All y'all go to hell. And then white folks go way out in the suburban neighborhood because they think in the large city, white folks, they ain't going to, if there's a God, you know, God knows. So see that, she can, whatever it is. Win this one, get this one. Hey, somewhere, the game's the game. So when you look at the whole Prince Charles, wealthy white boy, that $300 million interest his mama got, when she leave here, it look like they ain't never going nowhere. That mama, over 100 years old, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Just his health in. Did you see her at the birthday with them old high-heel slippers, them old tight legs? Winston had 2 hip replacements, and that's the only thing wrong. And she wouldn't have had that if she know how to drink bourbon without falling. Oh, she tell you in a minute, she get up, she get toe up in the morning. And you notice them rich white folks, them type of white folks, the real ones never get cancer, sugar diabetes, high blood pressure. Is it because they spiritual?
All right.
Or do they have machines out here? The game's they play. So his princess died with her no educated self, which don't mean nothing. Because remember, public education didn't start till after the Industrial Revolution. That's so you wouldn't mess up that white boy's machines. Now he's moving the computer, and they niggas feel bad. Because you got your computer, you online. When Queen Elizabeth get online, I'm online. That's the hole I sit in my standards by. When Elizabeth get a cell phone, I'll get one. I'm sorry I ever drove a car. That's why I never drove a car in her life. In her life. And I'll call her a hoe over there. It don't come out, but I be. I'd stand Buckingham Palace, call her a hoe. Hope she read lips. All of you born kings and queens. God made women and men made queens. God made men and men made kings. And the difference between a king and a queen is the way you wrap the gift. So, I mean, you can't even conceive that Queen Elizabeth is sitting somewhere now in a toilet, farting and stinking that toilet up like any other sister with her drawers drooped over her knee. There is no such thing as a queen's fart.
All right.
You think her fart smells like roses? Her fart smells like farts. Farts is universal. Farts is a signal that something's in your body. And the worse it is, the worse it smells. And the bad part about it, once you get so fed up, you don't smell like. You wonder what? Everybody's reacting but you. But you know something wrong because you don't want nobody to hear you fart. Some of y'all have farted since you've been in this room. And you will not stand up and say, I got to fart. You sit there and ooze it out. But I know when you're doing it, because when you fart, your head gets stiff, and you be, and it come out, and then that smile comes over your face. And you the first one to smell it, because all gas go up. So Queen Elizabeth took this old hoe and they dressed her up like she was from some so-and-so of the so-and-so. So she could have some babies for that boy. Then it was over. And you knew they was going to kill her because she got pregnant. How many of y'all know that? By this dude who they said was an Arab. He wasn't an Arab. He was what? Egyptian. I mean, he's a nigga like me and you. So now, you know you don't have to be smart.
Oh, no.
Huh? Her oldest boy gonna be king one day, right? With some half brothers and sisters that's African. Come on, y'all. I'm so sick of that niggas thinking I'm smart. I'm not smart. I just got enough sense to quiet myself and figure out what this thug gonna do. Then they took him out in a tunnel, and I've been to Paris. There was a viaduct. Wasn't no tunnel. And that car couldn't have got that much speed going on there because you'd be out of it before you get up there. And all my life, they said the suicide seat in the car is the one next to the driver. The only person that survived was sitting next to the driver. Y'all remember that? And they said the only reason he survived was what? He had what? Seatbelt on, right? Ain't y'all got enough sense to know that if I'm your bodyguard, I can't button up no seat because when they run at you, I can't unbutton before I pull my piece out. Y'all crazy. Just a little simple, elementary, God intelligence, y'all ain't even got it. Bodyguards can't buckle up. That split second it takes me. And you remember they told us that seat belts is not as good as what? Airbags, right? But the only reason they got seat belts so the price of the car wouldn't go up that much. So you poor working folks, huh? Huh? So you think Queen Elizabeth and them cars they're riding in, you think they have trouble with paying? So what do you think they had in their car? That Mercedes 600, and they got two. They got one that's just 12 of them because it's run by satellite. You think they had seatbelts or airbags? And they got airbags. They got one in the front, one on the side, one at the top, all over the car. And they got a thing called a sensor. 0.3 of a second before impact, those bags inflate. So when it's impacted, you already could feel like titty nipples. They say. They're so soft, I just get in and punch them just to feel. Oh, no wonder I like being a child. But you saw how banged up that car was? Even if he had a seatbelt on, he would have died. He didn't need brain surgery. He didn't need plastic surgery. His nose wasn't cut. No internal bleeding. They just said he lost his what? His memory. Remember? But then they messed up and said, even if he gets his memory back, he won't remember what happened that night. Oh, and when Prince Charles went over to the hospital to pick up the body, remember? He forgot to go upstairs and speak to the body. Come on, y'all. God keep revealing stuff to y'all, and y'all so locked into your crap. So locked into this system crap, you don't even know what's going on. Games they play. Somewhere when you follow it, look at it and feel it. And they made her like a hero. They was putting all that stuff out there and all that stuff out there. That speech her brother gave, you remember that? Buckingham Palace wrote it. Wow. And now they trashing her like the whole she is. It's last anniversary, nobody showed us some old wrinkled, some little flowers like the ones I had from my old lady. Sunflower plants. Have you figured out that old ugly white woman that Prince Charles is in love with? Have you figured out what that's about? Well, you're a normal woman. If you was a man, one of the richest men in the world, going to inherit the throne, huh? You know you ain't gonna be falling in love with an old ugly woman. You know that, don't you? Be honest. Huh? Well, why is he? Why he got to be different? Huh? What is he hiding? What do you think it is? Huh? What'd you say? You said it. What'd you say? Yes, you did. You said it. What'd you say? He's gay. He's gay. He's always been. That's what that's about. That's what that's about. So if I'm gay and he's gay and he got a church and a big church and he's going to be head every one day, he can't let nobody, he have to get him a woman. But he can't get one that threatens me. So that old ugly woman, man, please, just don't bring her around here while me and you together. Huh? And then started making like he was going to marry, remember? Now the latest word come out, the queen is not going to tolerate it. Huh? Baby, if y'all really knew about that Mercedes, it's just like that Renaissance Center there. General Motors knew they was going to buy that. When they put that deal together, they knew they were going to run niggas out of there the whole time. And they put them folks up to get that place, and it damn near cost them $1 billion, and they bought it for a few million. That's the way the big boys play. Huh? Well, y'all sitting around work for the automobile place. Remember I told you that? What was you working with? General Motors. And I told you any restaurant within a 6-block radius or a tavern, don't talk in there. That's a company restaurant. They got mics on the tables. They get y'all sitting there talking about all the stuff y'all in the store. Or y'all sitting there drinking that cheap gin. Man, that's the boss. Huh? But just cool your spirit. You know, spend some time fasting and praying. Just means shut up. And look at those watermelon pictures. They say you don't see no women, right? Huh? It's a sex symbol. Do you know that? If you took the blackest woman on the planet, right, and got her buck naked, right, and took the whitest woman on the planet and got her buck naked, right, and opened up their legs and look up in it, what color would you see? Red. That's what the watermelon's about. That white boy back on floor and screw watermelons, niggas don't know nothing about it. And he puts his pain on me. His pain on me. EMF, I don't screw my mama. He do. And don't come up with this, all of them don't. All of them ain't supposed to. I believe he said that. Then they got the integration, they got the hanging around with me, hear me, MF this MF glass, this MF watch, and he realized I didn't mean what he thought it was. Now you go to the movie now, or turn on TV, before the movie started, that white boy said MF 12 times. Now he know it didn't mean what he thought it meant, huh? Say never use the Lord's name in vain. God damn, God damn, God damn. And when they have that enough sense and say, wait a minute, God means what? Power, power, power. Lord means what? Power, power, power. So the queen walks in the room and I say, me Lord. Huh? Huh? King and queen walk in the room and say, me Lord God. Huh? Religion means what? Say, he religiously smokes every day at 12 noon, huh? Are you heard that about? Religiously? He's a religion? I don't know how y'all associate that with God? So when you stop and think about the games, they got us locked in. So if God means power, huh? And damn means what? Well, what do damn mean?
Condemnation, damn.
Damn?
Yes.
Damn, that's the preacher's version. Come on, damn. I'm going to dam up this water and create electric for you. What does that mean, condemnation? I'm a box up. Huh? Huh? I'm going to box up to create what? Power. Huh? I'm going to box up and create power. If this building qualifying, they lock that door and damned us in here, we're going to hit that door with what? Not the norm, huh? So I'm going to dam up this to create power. God means what? Lord means what? So if I dam it up, I create what? Power. How much electric lights we get because they dammed up some water? So since when the word God damn have anything to do with God? Oh. Christians who march off to war and kill people you don't know, and then read the 10th commandment, say thou shalt not kill. But I guess yours say except if a white racist system tell you to do it. But don't kill a cop that kills your mother. Don't kill a banker that won't give you a loan. Don't kill folks that put you in bad schools. Are you crazy Christian? And Muslims are different. Muslims, they don't do drugs, alcohol, whiskey, and they live right with us. Them niggas so different. And you know something, them niggas ain't got no bumps on their face. They will stand right here, 140 degrees with a winter suit on, a bow tie, and a white shirt, and don't sweat. If I wasn't as hip to the body as I was, I'd snatch me one of them Muslim. Nigga, you gonna go to my base, I'm gonna turn the heat on you this summer day, and you gonna tell me why you ain't sweat, and you gonna tell me why you don't need no drug, because I got 10 children, I need to pass that off to them. Because if you was white, I know the church and the community be paying y'all $5,000-$6,000 a week to come in and have seminars. While y'all praying for God to send y'all answers, all answers already there.
That's true.
And them niggas were selling bean pie. I ain't never seen them with more than 2. I don't care how many you order, they go around the corner and they come right back. You ever notice that? They niggas go around the corner and they come right back. You can order 40 bean pies and then they come, be right back. And they be back with the bean pies. And they don't get no grease on them. And they stand there and say, well, I need 40 more. And they say, I don't care how many you need. They keep going to get new bean pies. And they always leave. They disappear and they come back. Bean pie, where do these bean pies come from, nigga? And they walk. You ever see them walking in the morning with that dignity like they go? Them niggas ain't got no jobs. Who gonna hire them? They ain't got no job. It's something when you believe and pray like they pray, you don't need no job. You just, and they look lovely. They're just intelligent and just, you know. But I just ain't figured out them bean pies. I mean, and I ain't never seen them Muslim eat a bean pie. Them niggas, I've never seen them eat. They just stand, you know, niggas using with sandwiches in their mouth. The woman got on her evening dress and a sandwich in her mouth. And them niggas just stand on the corner. Oh, I don't care how cold it is, with them papers. And you got to watch them days for them niggas be selling 10-year-old papers out there. Because they know y'all scared of them. You ain't gonna say, hey, wait a minute, hey, wait a minute. No, you say, oh no, I just, they be up 4 o'clock in the morning looking for a hole and some whiskey and some dope, and a Muslim jump out and he say, oh yeah, I wanted a Muhammad speech. I mean, you give me all of it. And you know if them niggas were selling dope, police would bust them. Them niggas so clean, they don't even drop dope on them no more, like they used to try. Huh? And so, God said, you go and tell Pharaoh to let your people go, right? And Moses was so dumb. He asked God, who, what? What kept me? Who must I say?
Sent me.
Man, if you was God and I had no doubt you was God and you told me to smack this, so you know I'm going to smack her? God told me. Huh? Hey, Moses, I only kill for Allah. Well, which Jesus would ask me to kill. You kill, but you don't have to get elected here. I kill him. You kill him. You read the Bibles. You have children. Yeah. It says, Abraham, do you love me? This is God. With an ego. Yes, I love you. Prove to me you love me. What? Huh? What must I do? Take your sharpest knife. Take your firstborn. Y'all know the story, huh? And take them up to the high. And I read that to my children. See that why you reading this to me? Because I want you to understand it. And if you ever be laying there in bed, your voice say, Gregory, children, this is God. Do you love me? Yes, God. Here's what I want you to do to your daddy. You ask God for an army. Because I ain't letting y'all take me up on no hill by yourself. I don't care who told you to do it. That story is a good story because it's always about the old man doing it to the children. It's never about the children doing it to the old man. Huh? The games. But listen, he said, who must I say sent me? What did he say?
Tell him that I am.
Oh, that's God's name. I am. The I am sent me. So if it say don't use God's name in vain, what's God's name? I am. So how do I use God's name in vain when I say I am broke? God can't be broke. I am late. God can't be late. I am sick. God can't be sick. Y'all crazy? Y'all use God's name in vain every day. Them old black folks was here. They say, we's be hungry. Remember? Y'all thought them niggas were talking bad English. They we's be broke. We's got to go find us a job. You look around, ain't no two. It's one. Them niggas made law. Why about say I'm going to buy me a, you got a coat to those pants, brother? So when you bought them, you went to buy you a pair of what? Pants, right? Pair means more than one, right? And you didn't feel funny when they just gave you one, right? But if you would have, that white boy told you we call them pair because he got two what? Your coat got 2 sleeves. Is it a pair of coats? Now you see how they mess with your food, with your dinner? I love you, sister. What's your name here? I love you, Alvina.
I love you too.
And I'm going to buy you a gift today. I'm going to buy you some lingerie, the best. I mean, you know, I'm going to Victoria's what? Now, where's the place I'm going to buy you some drawers have to be named Secret? You ever thought about that? Because Queen Victoria was a man.
Oh.
That's where the word drag queen come from. Go to the library and get a picture of Queen. Look at that old ugly looking thing. Oh, huh? So, I mean, you just have to listen to your inner. Huh? Oh. And don't think you can pick white folks and know who's the good ones and who's the bad ones. That's the bad part about living in America. You can't tell who's good and who's bad. You just have to go with the spirit. I got a new book out. Are y'all ready yet? Callous on My Soul. And I talk about a white woman named Grace Stevens. Callous on My Soul. Martin Luther King. Boy, I listen to niggas be talking about white folks. And I think about this old, ugly, snaggle-toothed white woman. Freckle face. No teeth. No teeth. And I can recognize folks who ain't got no teeth because I got my polygrip. I tell you niggas out there, I see your teeth slipping, you need to run and take another hit. Hold it up with the tongue, don't work. I see y'all laughing and be loose. And some of y'all let the dentist do something that what my dentist did. John sent me to a dentist and the teeth was smiling. Take your teeth out and put them in the yard, they be smiling. That nigga don't give me no teeth that's smiling. No damn teeth that's smiling. A white cop stopped me and, nigga, get over there. I was trying to, okay, and look like, nigga, why you laughing? I'm not, it's my teeth. So I had Andy Young's brother, Walter Young, a good dentist. I had him make me some teeth that don't smile. You ever see Bugs Bunny smiling? A rabbit can't smile, it's the teeth. A rabbit can't smile. An animal can't smile. Huh? Can't smile at all. When you Christians wake up, it just be a good day. When you hear the word God, what's the first thing you think of? Good. When you hear the word Father, what's the first thing you think of? Real quick, don't think.
What?
Father. Father. So she thinks of good, you think of Father. Good, Father. And in a Christian praying society, y'all let these evil, controlling white folks, not these little punk white folks, y'all know, take the mafia syndicate hoodlums and name them God, Father, and that didn't bother you. Whew, that didn't bother you. Huh? That's how they play games with your head. They say, we control them. We will take the word God and the word Father and put it with that scum and we'll do 4 different movies. Huh? And they'll love it. And we'll glamorize it. And not one protest will be there because they use the word God with this scum. You're crazy.
$80 billion over.
Oh, more than that. Somewhere. So take care of your body. And this brother that puts this on. How many times I've been here for you?
This is the first time.
Who was it that brought me here before? You was there. But we're going to do a lot more. And I thank you, man.
You was at the church in Detroit.
Yeah. And nigga, you my friend, you ain't never brought me. You always come when somebody else brings me. Why don't you call Lillian? Huh? And say, hey, huh? Do that.
All right.
Or don't show up on my front row no more. You always come on somebody else's hustle. But you ain't never picked up the phone. I say, hey, my man, because I know you're working. Because you're still working at General Motors. Where ain't General Motors?
Silver dog. Silver dog.
Silver dog.
How about help you bring you there?
Yeah, no, you don't need no silver dog. Now you over-spoiled now. Just let them, man, just bring me to your church.
Oh, well, that's no problem.
Yeah, well, there's no problem. I noticed we've been friends for 15 years, and it seemed to be a problem. You're always sitting on the front row when somebody else brings me somewhere. But I love you, man, what you did. And remember this Halloween stuff here. Detroit have a strange law that says if you have a house that don't nobody live in, you have to pay taxes on it. Did you know that? But if you have a lot, you don't. And all them fires over all them years while they was tricking you niggas, making believe that niggas done gone crazy, nobody lived there. Huh? And y'all be out there at night with the National Guard? No. That happens like 3 weeks before they put them incinerator bombs in. That's why y'all could never catch nobody and why nobody never died. And all at once, and why all of them was good fires. Huh? Good fire. Not no just little old petty fire. Good fire. Burn it down. I wouldn't pay no tax anymore. Those was real estate brokers that own that. And y'all never sit down and say, how come black folks are doing something here they do no place else in the world on Halloween? Y'all just go from one trick to another. Think y'all so hip, so slick. The only thing on this planet Earth that God gave the ability to laugh, to smile, to giggle was a human being. There's not another creature on this planet that God gave that to. It must be for a reason. That's your medicine. That's your healing. Huh?
All right.
Y'all walk around all stiff, acting all crazy, and be all sick, and going through all kind of changes, and all kind of, and don't know how to laugh. You're fired. Fired me from the post office. I was looking for a job when I fired this one. Get as much mail I done stole, and many stamps I stole. Y'all should have fired me a long time ago. And then 8 hours later, I was still there. The postal inspector, like you supposed to be a postal inspector. They walk up. Where you posting? They said, what that mean? I'm your postal inspector's mama. How come? What that mean? You was fired. How come you still there? I'm waiting on my money. I'm waiting on my money. I got 4 days pay. We pay every 2 weeks. Well, you better learn to fire every 2 weeks because I'm not leaving until I get my money. You think I'm going to walk out of here knowing y'all mad at me and trust y'all and give me my... No. Y'all give me money. If you pay every 2 weeks, then fire every 2 weeks. I'm getting my money. They paid me. They had to get a special. I just act ignorant. Y'all be trying to act intelligent while y'all arguing with ignorant crackers. Look here. No. I'm getting my money or I ain't leaving. But I'll put you in jail. Well, you're going to have to put me in jail, but you're going to give me my money. I want my money. And never lick a stamp or never lick an envelope. They can lick a stamp, an envelope, put on a letter, it go all around the world. Right? All the way around the world. Don't come off. Don't open up. See, what did I just put in my mouth? What did I just put in my mouth that can go all the way around the world? People holding it that don't love it, and it still can't open up. And I was shocked when they put Malcolm X on the stamp. I said, well, maybe white folks found a way to lick Malcolm. So let me tell you about it. Giggle. When the last time you giggled? Just lay across the bed and giggle and kick your feet, laugh. Laugh. And don't wait no professional comedian. The greatest laugh you ever had in your life came from just friends and relatives. Remember? Just laugh. All that tension in the back of your neck and all that stuff. And not laughing, you pay a price.
That's true.
Sometimes I look at you black folks in America, they're going all over the world. Asians do the academic test. You know they do a test in America. But they ain't smart. They don't do nothing else but read. They like niggas in basketball in New York. They just play basketball. When them niggas play basketball, the crime rate go down to 0. They just start playing basketball. They don't want no woman. They don't want no drink. They just basketball. Got lights on. Niggas, the only person on the whole planet that gave night basketball. So what? No, give me a job. You niggas, night basketball? Give me a job. You know, give me a job. Well, give me a make-believe job. I'd rather have a make, I'd rather make like I'm going to work. Me and you, I go back pick you up, we go back pick you up, we go back pick you up, and we make like we're going to work. Pay me for that. Then basketball. I walk out the house. Where you going? I'm going to make like job. Where you going at 8 o'clock? I got to be there at 8:30. Where you going? Nowhere. How come you got to be there? Well, I get paid for going nowhere and being there. Sounds crazy, but it's better than night basketball. And they put lights up to the lights. It made look like daytime. I was trying to get these lights fixed in my damn house. I can't get the fuse blow. I don't even know what a fuse box is. What you want to read? I gotta read this book. Go out there with them niggas playing night basketball. The lights stay on till sunrise. Huh? You can't. Reparations. Give me reparations. We gonna get it? Get it? You know that? You know who gonna get it for us? Them same lawyers that got the cigarette money that's gonna get 40% of it, they got nothing to do with liking you. Huh? 48% of $200 trillion. You talking about some lip smack, and you got to be there first, because white folks be coming out with that nigga blood in them on you in a minute. Because you know they know it's there. Huh? That white boy on Kinko's, they say he named it that because they used to say his hair was kinky with his mom. Well, you ought to be too smart to figure out. Like them Indians, you know them black folks in New York was trying to get in Connecticut, trying to get that casino money. They said, well, me been in there a long time. What tribe? Blackfoot, baby. All right, Blackfoot. The first 8 presidents of the United States was black. George Washington was the 9th. And we ain't gonna get into all that right now. The first one's name was John Hanson. Any of y'all ever spent any time in Maryland? Anybody here? You ever drive in Maryland?
Yeah.
Highway 50 is called what?
John Hanson.
John Hanson Highway. They ain't got a highway named after a nigga in Africa. Huh? Think about it. Ain't a highway named after a nigga. Why is a major highway around the place named after John? He was the first president of the United States. Y'all walk around all tight, think y'all here, and when the real white folks and shot a game through y'all or grease through y'all, it's outrageous. You heard the other night when the white boy said, they say Lehman was the first Jewish black president. They said they wasn't. Remember that? Mark Lane was the first Jewish black president. When I was the president, ran for president of the United States, I picked a Jew as my vice president. They just act like that's never happened. And the Jew is still alive. Mark Lane's still alive. They don't care. They don't care. First Lehman. And I dig Lehman, man, because he's an Orthodox rabbi with his second wife. Is that it? Rabbis, Orthodox, don't believe in divorce unless you stone that hoe. I'm a Christian, believe in divorce. Been trying to get away from old lady for 41 years. I can't. I got to hook up with you. I do. You don't believe in it. I do. Teach me how to get away from this hoe I'm married to. You call your wife hoe. I can't call everybody else a hoe. Don't call my lady a hoe. Huh? Except hoe lady would never be a hoe. Queen Elizabeth is a hoe. You remember that dude they caught in her apartment? Remember that? Huh? Y'all remember that? Oh, young boy there. Huh? Philip don't sleep together. So he just wandered through the window. At Buckingham Palace? Where you live, baby? I can't wander through your window, right? He just wandered through the window.
I got a question.
Yes.
Is that what is it relative drag queen to Queen Victoria being a man?
Sure.
Okay.
That's what it came from. Well, you had all you interrupt me just for that.
No, I just I don't want people to be asking a stupid question.
It was stupid.
Yeah, you asking it.
Oh, well, I always answer stupid, but I was so glad you didn't ask me nothing smart and brilliant, because I'm going to get out of here.
One more question.
Yes.
Could you go, I didn't quite understand what you were saying about, well, I've heard the story that Christmas is not the 25th.
I'll go through that. What time is it? So we're supposed to be out of here, so we run a little early over. And we getting out of here. Huh? Go ahead. Say it. I heard you hear everything. What'd you say?
He started after 4.
I was starting after 4, yeah. Get your money's worth, baby. Let me tell you what you just did. Let me tell you why I got to get down. You're going to pay the price. No.
I didn't mean
No. Let me tell you what happened. I haven't made nothing all day. All right? Now listen to me now. I haven't made nothing all day. So I called my wife and said, baby, I've been running. I was in Nashville last night, got back this morning. I got mixed up. We had to call the brother because the marathon was in did I tell you about that? This guy with these no legs. Whew. I want y'all to hear this. Me and my son, I was supposed to have been on, what time was I supposed to be on 9 o'clock? They have the Marine Marathon in Washington, D.C. today, and the whole town shut down. So we had to rebook. Any of y'all ever talk to my wife? It's like talking to an angel. She is so, the phone's right there. I'm listening to the phone book. We don't duck nobody. And she pick up that phone on the first ring. Okay? So I called her, baby, book me on the phone. And she said, you were going to leave the house by 11:30. And she was worried. She said, I got to get him before he leaves the house. And thank God, blesses me, we got hung up in that crowd. And I saw a brother with 2 false legs. You know, the ones with the rails running the marathon. And I said to my son, and passing folks. And I'll be honest, I said, before I let him pass me, I'd trip him. But I want y'all to think about that. Sometimes God let other people see for you.
That's true.
Those of you all who don't do no exercise, if you could see, it was so sad and beautiful. He's jumping up like that, like a scarecrow, huh? And I said, wow. So I said to my son, I said, I sure would like to. We had just been talking about marathons last night because I'm about to make a deal that's billions of dollars, billions of dollars. And white racism got so nasty with these marathons because Africans is always winning them. The state of Colorado said it can't be more than one African from the same country. So I said, when I told my son last night, when we put this deal together, we're going to hold 2 marathons in America and pay $1 million to the woman and $1 million to the man, and we're going to mess these white boys. Because if you was a good marathon runner, you ain't going to mess around the Boston man, New York man, getting weak, you're going to try to get this million, right? I said, we're going to mess it. And then the next day, we see this brother. And it wouldn't have made no difference to the brother. He could have been white, could have been a midget, except albino. I don't know what happened to albinos after high school. Where do they go?
Right.
You don't see them. Every high school got an albino. You been in the military? You been in the military? You been in college?
Yes.
Did you see albino in college?
Yeah.
I didn't see none in the military. I didn't see them nowhere. Huh? Ain't none here.
No, where do they go? I had one.
Oh, wait, no, you made me finish, baby. This is serious. What happened to albinos after high school? That's where we're going to try to figure this out. Where do they go? They just disappeared. You ever been to Stevie Wonder concert? You been to a concert? Ain't no albinos there. Where do they go? You go to a professional football game, professional basketball, where's your albinos? They don't play basketball. They don't do nothing. Where do they go? Their eyes be dancing around their head. Everybody's Stevie Wonder in high school. Where do they go? Huh? So I just think that, I just want the question answered. If y'all don't know, y'all didn't bring one with you. So this guy was out there running this marathon. And I just stopped, man, for a half hour and said, wow. So I said to my son, let's see if we can catch this, but by the time we had to go these one-way streets and one-way streets. And now every day of my life, I will pray for handicapped people. And just from this brother. 26 miles plus. Huh? Just up and down. Jumping up, because in order to move, you have to jump up. Bounce, jump up, and just to sit there and see that. And then think about, and I guess God made him a black man for me. Because y'all are so trifling with your health.
That's true.
Black folks is less than 12% of America's population. And as we sit here now, 87% of everybody in America on kidney dialysis machines is black folks. Y'all don't see nothing wrong with that picture. Black men is less than 4% of America's population, but 83% of prostate cancer deaths in America is black men, and y'all see nothing wrong with that picture? And yet you think you're so spiritual and think you know some God, and this white boy is such an evil devil? Well, it's not reflected on the death rate.
I know that's right.
Huh?
That's true.
What's that about? Young black teenage boys in America have more asthma deaths in 1 year than all the asthma deaths on this planet put together. And that don't bother you? Why? Because Harvard and Yale and MIT haven't found out that asthma is dehydration. And an asthma attack is so extremely dehydrated, the brain sends a message to squeeze the water out of the lungs. So most of the time, 6 quick glasses of water would break that up. Why so many black boys die from asthma? What do they drink? Gatorade, Kool-Aid, lemonade, and soda pop. God didn't put this body together with that. Huh. Now, back to you, miss. I called my wife and said I haven't had time to eat, I haven't had time to drink my water. I had a whole bag of stuff I was going to pull out, but Spirit hit me and said something else. Something else. So my wife said, well, I'm thinking to leave the house, but you got that liquid ginseng I put in your bag. You ever seen that little liquid tubes of ginseng? I reached in and grabbed one of them and popped it, and not till I was coming down the steps when the 2 brothers came and got me did I realize I took my Viagra by mistake. So you want me to stay up here a little. Well, when they kick in, coming over there. You didn't come up on time. Well, okay. When that Viagra kick in, baby, I mean, yeah, shit, mother, she already got out of here. She said, well, let me get off this front, Lord. Do something was wrong. She thought I just had arthritis. She saw that leg wasn't fitting right. Martin Luther King was killed April the what? 4th. So if every year we want to celebrate the day he was killed, we do it when? No, that's his birthday. The day he was killed, April 4th, right? JFK was killed November the 22nd. And so if we want to celebrate the day he was killed, we do it when?
22nd.
November 22nd. Come help me. Easter and Good Friday represent the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ, right? Mm-hmm. Malcolm X was killed on a Sunday. Y'all remember that? If white folks in America refer to that day that Malcolm was killed as Good Sunday, would that aggravate you? Huh? Well, how come you Christians don't get aggravated when they say the day Christ was killed was Good Friday? See, y'all not consistent with your ignorance.
Right.
No. How can Malcolm be referred to as Good Sunday, the day he was killed, but Jesus Christ, they call it Good Friday, and that don't bother you? So we celebrate Martin's day he was killed on April the 4th, Kennedy, November the 22nd. Well, how come Easter and Good Friday, one year comes in April, another year comes in March, and y'all don't say you can't be killed in 2 different months? That don't bother you? And how many of y'all are aware that the pagans were celebrating Christmas and Easter 3,000 years before Christ was born? How many of y'all know that? But that don't bother y'all? Easter is a Latin word, means what? Esther. Esther means fertility. It has something to do with the equinox. And Easter can never come on nothing but Monday. Oh, any of y'all ever been in Europe during Easter? It's Easter Monday. Why? Simple. If I'm killed on Friday, it take me 3 days to rise. Count on your fingers. How many days is that? Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Huh? See how our system just dumb you out, dumb you out? Just dumb you out. Easter is always the first Monday after the first new moon, after the first full moon, after the spring equinox. So if the equinox changed, then Easter have to change. That's why one year come in March, another year come in April. And Christmas comes 270 days after Good Friday. Huh? So we just passed the equinox called fall, right? Fall. So if you lived on the 30th floor and the water that comes up to your 30th floor comes up there by a word called pressure, right? So if we went down the basement and shut the pressure off, what would happen to the water? Fall. Okay, well, why do you think they call it fall, September the 22nd this year, is because God shut the water off. And white folks, or bank, or rich folks have nothing to do with that. God shut the water off, so all the water in the trees and in your body, it fell. And that's why the leaves are turned brown, because ain't no water. Then we'll go through winter, and then God will turn the water back on. It's called what? Spring. Huh? The sap is rising. Huh? So y'all better pay attention to stuff that's... Huh? How many glasses of water are you supposed to drink every day? A minimum of what? 8 ounce glass of water every day. Did you ever think you see today a gallon of gas? A gallon of water costs more than a gallon of gas? I'm thinking about drinking gasoline next week. I mean, gasoline gonna get so high, poor little ghetto sisters will be a symbol of honor. Just get a little gas put on the earlobes and walk in the room and somebody say, she must be of means. Everybody be hitting on you.
For sure.
Say, must be. She must have money. She smells like gas. So now, Christmas can only come 270 days after Good Friday. Every baby you have at your house, look at their birthday, is 270 days. Back is when you conceive. That's universal law. If you add 270 across, you get 2 plus 7 is what?
9.
Plus 0 is what?
9.
That's why they say, that's what, 9. That's why they say 9 months pregnant. That's rounded off. That's what that symbol's about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 holes in the body, 9 planets to the universe, 9 months pregnant, 9 powerful. The rapture, how many are they going to get? 100 and what? 44. Huh? Could God be that cruel? Out of the billions of people, just 144. You think you're going to be one of them? Huh? I meet people all over the world think they're going to be one of them. I met 1 million people think they're going to be 144 people. See these fingers here? You know how many nerve endings you have in those fingers? 72,000. So if I have 72,000 in this one, and 72,000 in this one, how many is that? So the rapture is when I do this. You want to be healed? Huh? Let's keep quiet. Touch. And smile, giggle, enjoy yourself. Play rich. Go home tonight, write you $1 million check. It's cool, as long as you got cash it. It don't mean you ain't cash it because the bank can't have it. No, how many of y'all know you can't cash $1 million check if the bank get to call the Federal Reserve? Huh? I keep me $1 million check in my pocket. I do not wake up in the morning. Everybody I know, they claim they like me, they have to pay me $1 million. Yeah, my son just opened up a new chiropractor office, right? And I said, son, you just have to. He said, Daddy, can I get that check back? I said, what? He said, I'm getting 200 patients a day. See that? What's that say? Yeah. What's that say?
1 minute.
You know, no, wait. Who's it from? You see what it signed?
That's Gregory.
No, that's to me. From?
Right.
Who signed it? Christian. Who? Christian? Gregory. Yeah, I make all my children pay me. I sent y'all to school. I tolerated y'all. Y'all like your mama better than you like me. Pay me. Reparations. Huh? And eventually this will be cash. You just get what you conceive. Huh? You want to grow some corn in your backyard before you do anything, you have to do what? Plant the seed. Y'all so busy. You plant the seed of hate. You plant the seed of meanness. You plant the seed of bitterness, and wonder why hateful, bitter people is drawn to you. Huh? You want to meet a man or a woman? Be in love with yourself. Huh? You draw what you put out. You win the lottery today. Tomorrow, everybody be coming. Sac Fifth Avenue call, huh? All the jewel companies are called. They had the diamonds yesterday. How come they didn't call yesterday? You didn't have it. Just what you put in here is what you pull out.
That's true.
You be mad and angry with a white racist, you'll pull an angry racist redneck cracker cop that'll bust a hole in your head. That's what you be, a magnet. A magnet. So Christmas comes 270 days after what? After Good Friday. Some of y'all be listening, don't you? Huh? 270 days. So if Christmas, if Easter, Good Friday determines Christmas if Easter and Good Friday move from year to year, and Christmas have to move from year to year, right? So they know that Christmas can't come before December 25th, but it can come as late as January 6th, extreme case a little later. You remember them old black folks used to never take their tree down to January 6th?
Right.
Now, help me. Between December the 25th and January the 6th is how many days?
12.
12. Now what do you think the code is? The song, the 12 days of
12
Christmas.
days of Christmas.
Huh? 12 days of Christmas. Let me deviate and come back. I said George Washington was what president?
Nine.
Now you don't have to get no debate with nobody. In a racist system, you tell white folks and tell black folks, nigga, you. But if this old racist Detroit Free Press came out and said it, everybody be waving, hey man, old honky wasn't the first president, huh? But I've always said truth don't have to be validated by ignorance. If I liked you, I'd cheat a little bit. I don't like workers too much because y'all crazy. Y'all will stand out in a blizzard to get to a job where the person that owned the company is down in Florida. I had a boss that I worked for. I got 17 below zero in St. Louis. He was in Florida. I went to Florida. I knocked on that cracker's door and said, what are you doing there? I said, I work for you. You know, I got my time card I worked for Chevrolet Shell. They was making 105 millimeter houses. You know I was stupid then, right? And I went down there and tried to punch in. The white boy took a liking to me. He said, boy, you got a lot of sense. You need to take a couple of months off and pay me. You workers don't sleep until time to go to work. That's why y'all be bitter and hate